Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Whiskey Throttle here. We are at Unwind, or oh yeah, it is Unwind. I just raced here from work, everybody, so trying to get everything all set up in time.
Whiskey Throttle here.
Here we are, making the same mistake as every time, man. I thought I muted that. There we are. Hopefully the signal's coming through, guys. Sitting next to me is Connal Mackenzie. Did I say your first name right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Perfect.
good. I always get nervous about that first name. So we have a few people in here right now. Before you start, we got my bourbon journey. Scott, how you doing? Jason, whiskey wise. I think this guy has got some information to tell me about you. He seems to know who you are.
Jason.
Yep. And George, thanks for coming in. There we are. Okay, so how do you like the cold minus 20 weather? I seen you land here in minus 20.
Yeah, it was an unexpected cold, to be honest. I used to live here, so I do understand minus degrees. Obviously, being from Scotland, I'm used to the cold. However, you wouldn't know it this year. And 2 weeks ago, it was 16 degrees in Inverness.
Yeah.
So that's unheard of. So global warming being a myth, I'm sort of led to believe.
Yeah.
It's it's fine. You just put a scarf on and get on with it. I mean, whiskey helps, right?
But and you were in Jasper when you lived here.
Yeah, Jasper. But it was in the summer.
In the summertime, yes, because you love to golf. I was hearing you talk there.
Yeah. So
best golf course in
one of the best golf courses apart from obviously Scotland. It was Jasper Park Lodge. It was a great course.
Yes, yeah, great. And how long ago was that?
Oh, 2013.
13. And then how did you end up with Adelphi and Ardnamurchan?
Ardnamurchan.
I see the line over the top of it.
No, so I got into whiskey in New Zealand, actually. I was living there for sort of the past 6 years.
Yep.
And worked for a company called Whiskey Galore, which is a whiskey import company and retail premises. Mm-hmm. Sort of cut my teeth there with Michael Fraser Milne and the team. Fantastic people to work for. And they imported Adelphi and many other brands. And wife and I, we had a baby girl and decided that we wanted to bring her back home with the family and raise her there. So made the difficult decision to leave New Zealand and got back May last year. And without a job, actually, it was quite a daunting prospect.
Especially with a kid.
Yeah, so we managed to. I basically went on a wee road trip and hit the festivals, the Speyside, Campbelltown, and the Festival, and managed to. There was a position available at Adelphi in Ardnamurchan, and I was very lucky enough to get it. And it's been. I started in July last year, and it's been great ever since.
That's awesome.
So
I think I might have to do that too. We only have one festival out there, and it tends to.
Which I'm hoping to get to next year.
Yeah, so, that'll be awesome. Yeah, it's in January, so bring a parka. Right.
and
just in case.
And the snowboard.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you'll bring some warm weather, but bring a snowboard for sure at least. Mose Chen just came in. How you doing, Mose? So you have brought some samples.
Yes.
Let's talk about them. You've already poured me one. It's the Highland Park, so we could start with that one.
Start with the Highland Park, yeah.
If you want to talk about it, so it's in the glass already.
Well, I haven't told you it's Highland Park.
Oh, pardon me. Somebody over there.
You did not hear that from me. But
no, you did not tell me that.
This is our new Breath of the Isles.
Okay.
Single cask from a certain island distillery, which I couldn't possibly name.
Oh.
And it's 58.7 from a refill sherry butt.
And it is.
It's got, and you're the first people to be trying that. As you can see, it's unlabeled, just a sample bottle. Got some pretty exciting stuff over here.
That is very nice. That is good. Yeah,
it's typical. I mean, the Breath of the Angels series has been quite a hit for us.
Has it been here before, the Breath of the?
Yeah, I think we've had some Breath of the Isle series. Breath of Speyside's definitely been out here.
Has it?
And we've bottled some pretty cool Breath of Isles as well, which have been snapped up in the past. Rumored to be certain distilleries.
Adelphi was, I think, the third distillery we went to in October, and we went to go into your warehouses with Alex, and we saw some. It was, first of all, if I played the video for you, you hear these weird noises, and it's because they're getting taken over by the aroma in that warehouse.
The angel shirts
it was
punching you in the face.
Phenomenal, right? One of the interesting things we saw in there was a certain cask.
Oh, did he show you that? Oh, well, wait, are you talking about the Glenfarclas cask?
Yes, that says
wait a minute, I think I've actually...
Do you have a picture of it? Because I have one on here too that I can share. I think I can share.
Somewhere.
You need to try their Bowmore, Jason Whiskey says. The best of the market, hands down. Don't get me started on how.
Is that the 97 Bowmore, Jason? Because if it is, it's cask 2414, and it is an absolute rip roller.
If you go to there it is.
Cask right there.
Now, it might be backwards on the screen here.
Yeah.
But I love what it says at the bottom, a proper cask for a new whiskey.
So, so tongue-in-cheek, the Grants, as always. They sent us this cask then on our opening of the distillery, and they want us to fill the first spirit into this cask. And the funny thing about this cask is that it leaked 2 weeks later.
Did it? And you had a recouper?
We managed to patch it up, but it wasn't a bad leak. But it was just quite ironic that they send us down with the tongue in cheek and it bloody leaked.
Well, I understand it because I've met George a couple times, and I was joking with him about the Glenfarclas 105 20-year-old, which I got him to sign, but he signed on it, drink me, because I said, "Oh, this one's going on the special shelf," which I'm only joking with him. Yeah. But yes, it's made tongue in cheek.
We make it for it to be drunk, so it's
absolutely all of it's very, very. It's way better when it's shared. That's for sure. So you have another one? Do you want to talk about?
Yeah,
since we'll roll on here with that.
So all these are going to be on the new Adelphi list, which will hopefully be reaching. Well, it'll be reaching Canadian shores in the next sort of 6 weeks, hopefully, and Europe probably a little bit quicker, given to the fact that what's upon us at the end of March. So we'll try and get the
wonderful politics. We won't talk about.
We'll not talk about the B word.
No.
But so we're just we're working on it. It's a pretty good list, to be honest. It's quite chunky for Adelphi. We've got lots of little interesting bits and bobs. But next whiskey we can go for. Should have probably started with this one, to be fair.
Well, this is great because it's helping me clear out my throat from all the dust at work.
What did you do?
Oh, it's hard to explain. I work in an industry called refractory. So if you have any gas plants, stuff like that, or pulp mills in Scotland, which I never saw while I was there, everything seemed to be running on different power.
Yeah. So this is a 1993 Linkwood from a refill bourbon barrel, 25 years old, at 48.4%.
That's a very floral.
We find on the nose, for me, it's apples. It's green apples, pears, macaroon bars. It's elegant whiskey. It's sort of oldie worldy whiskey. I always find Linkwood does really well in American oak, and for long periods of time.
No, I that's one I would be able to smell for a long period of time without.
Yeah, you can sit down and properly work it. Give it time. And that's right. Let it. I mean, and be careful with the water, obviously, because it's 48.4. You don't want it to fall over.
Yeah. Yep. No, I think, but it's smooth. It's not a. What age did you say?
25 years.
So 25 years old. So she's had time in the cask, and it's not harsh at all. No, that's very, very nice. And so people like my friends here that are letting me use their tasting room, Unwind, will be talking to you about purchasing a case or 2 or 3.
A case or 7, yeah.
Yeah, a case or 7 that we could get out here. That's good.
Just with Adelphi bottlings, as everyone knows, it's just one cask, as we do single cask stuff. Yeah. So I mean, I've got to try and stretch that around the world, and it's an easy job, but it's a very difficult job,
right?
Because you've got to try and be kind to
everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So we do what we can, but yeah, I mean, the single cask stuff, we've just end of last year, we got a fantastic parcel of casks, and we're nearly securing another one. So what's in the pipeline for 2019 is going to be a pretty exciting year for Adelphi. Yeah. Not to mention, obviously, the distillery.
Yes.
Ardent American, which we can touch on later
Yep.
if you want. But,
Yeah, we will.
yeah, so in regards to Adelphi, we're pretty much set for even the next list. Dare I say it without Alex murdering me, but we've, you know, there could be a Lafroig in there, another Lafroig, and little bits and pieces.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. We were in that your downstairs and upstairs warehouse. He didn't take us up to the other ones, but you've already been probably more generous than Alex. He was like, "Oh yeah, here's a taste, right? You can give that back to Alex." Hey, Alex. We were like, "Wait a minute, I want more of that stuff. It is very good, Alex." But no, he gave us some phenomenal stuff. Matter of fact, that's one thing I forgot to bring. Is the half sample that he gave me in one bottle, and I would have to look up my notes to remember what it was. There was too much to take in, guys. If any of you ever go on a tour of Scotland and hit the distilleries, give yourself enough time, because there's too much to take in. There's a lot. You'll have to go back, guaranteed.
The trip itself to Ardent American, you'll know, is not the easiest trips.
No.
But I certainly do feel that it's worth it. I mean, the scenery there is quite spectacular.
It is phenomenal.
And being from Scotland, from Inverness originally, I'd never been to Ardent American.
No.
So when I joined Adelphi, it was the first time I went actually out of the peninsula. I've been to Acharacal and I've been to Strontian, but I never actually went out into the peninsula. So it was a first for me. Been back many times since, but it's phenomenal. Yeah, it's a pretty special part of Scotland.
I'm a motorcycle guy, thus the name Whiskey Throttle.
Yeah.
So I own about 5 motorcycles. The next time I want to go back, I will go to Inverness. Yeah. I would prefer to. There's, I think, 3 motorcycle rental shops there.
Okay.
And I will rent a motorcycle, because of the very fact is that I can see the scenery more. You're not in a box, and it is phenomenal to see. And you can pull over. You don't have a whole lot of problems on a motorbike pulling over and checking out stuff and seeing.
Well, things. I mean, it's one of the few places now in Scotland that I've actually bought a pair of binoculars, because I see most trips sea eagles.
Yeah,
just kicking around.
Yeah, I saw one when we were there, and it was dust, so really it was more of a silhouette. But it was.
But no, they're there, and you know, I've seen otters and all sorts. So it's a pretty spectacular place.
It is, yeah.
For wildlife.
No, and you've got some very nice places around the distillery to stay at.
Yeah, there's accommodation. I mean, it's not the most populated area in Scotland, so you can imagine we could do with a couple more as the distillery grows. But the people who are there, the Salon Hotel, Ada Steak House, all these places, they're wonderful and very hospitable.
Oh no, it's very. The only thing I first had to learn there, walking into a pub, was you don't sit down and get served. You got to go up to the bar.
You got to go to the bar.
And we were standing up like, "What the heck's going on? We need a beer here."
Yeah,
they're like,
but they're not getting 15% on each drink.
No, they're not. They're like, come up and get your own. It was kind of a funny little thing. Okay, so one more. We'll talk about what you have there.
What else have we got here? Okay.
Yep. That is beautiful. That liquid is phenomenal. You are getting some, right? Unwind? Yes. Okay. I know where I'm getting mine.
And this is a 2002 Ardmore. Again, ex-bourbon barrel, 58.7. So 17 years old, this one. Ardmore's obviously is typically peated, but it's a really smoky one. We find on the nose not so much, but when you get on the finish there, it's quite intensely smoky.
So you say smoke probably is more an influence of the cask than the peat?
No, I was definitely the way it was distilled, but and malted, but it's smokier than some Ardbegs I've tried recently. It's got a fair.
Yep. Definitely more.
I think it's a really good example of Highland peat, Highland style, from your typical Islay.
It's very sweet initially.
Yeah.
The first thing I got was really sweet, and now that smoke is coming in.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm on this AD 2017. Thank you.
Oh, are you? Good.
Couldn't resist it.
So this is something that you guys will ask about here. We'll go there first. One of the things, I had a few questions I brought with me. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So back in 2016, you released 25 bottles of
25
or 2,500, pardon me.
2,500.
Almost a little off. Have I tried? Okay, we're going to stay with what I just asked, Jason. So they released this bottle, 2,500 bottles, and it was sold out.
It was sold out.
It was sold out.
It's not an exaggeration. No, it just went.
No, literally. And I'm glad that we got some here. And
So
I'm
is
glad.
that is a 2016?
Yes, and I'm hoarding it because I did try it, and it is phenomenal. This is not whiskey. It is.
No, I mean the 2016 is a year old.
It's a year old,
Yeah,
and it is
it's classed as a mature spirit.
right.
So it really is just it's a work in progress, and we decided we weren't going to release anything, to be honest, but the pressure of you Adelphi and our American fans prompted us to release a sort of, if you like, work in progress. Compared to Kilkerran, they did a work in progress every year up until release date.
Yeah.
So that's what we're kind of doing, if you like. And we've released 2017, and the end of last year we released the 2018.
Right. Which you are drinking the 2017.
Yes.
And it's only a year old as well.
There's probably there's sort of 2-year-old stuff in there, but the majority of the spirit in there is a year old. Yeah.
Year old.
All it's a combination of peated and unpeated. So we do about 6 months each at the distillery, and it's all sherry casks. So it's PX and Oloroso sherry casks. The 2016 is completely octaves, so small casks. Faster maturation, of course, but we wanted to see what our spirit was doing with maturation. 2017, I think, is predominantly octaves as well, but we do have I think there's 2 hogsheads in there, or maybe just 1 hogshead. But the 2018, which pleases me more, we got an outturn of just under 5,000 bottles. But the cask makeup in there is we've got sherry butts, we've got hogsheads, and a very few octaves, which tells us that maturation is going very well.
Yes.
And so we're particularly pleased with the 2018.
Yes. And have we received that here yet?
Yes, it's in Canada.
It's in Canada already?
Yeah. And we'll be releasing a 2019 this year, probably around September time. And 2020 is undecided, and we're hoping for the single malt release in 2021. But don't hold you.
No.
But that's what we're aiming for, and it's not because we want enough stock to be able to supply the demand, and we want our American single malt to be able to sort of sit on the shelf, rather than it just disappear overnight. We want it to be able to be approachable for people to buy, and to be have a permanent place on the shelf.
Absolutely. So one thing I'd like to ask about in this interesting bottle, okay, because this is a very unique bottle, is something that I was reading about. You guys joined with a company called Blockchain.
Yes, and blockchain's the technology. The company who are helping us develop this is a company called ArcNet.
Okay. Yes.
Who developed the technology.
Now it's partially to stop people trying to make a fake one, or is it because it has
that ability, and obviously you can track your bottle number through this. So it's basically a QR code that you can scan with any smartphone.
Right.
And what we wanted to develop it to basically be transparent to the consumer.
That's right. That's
so what we want to tell you is exactly, and it's still in a trial period.
Yep.
But more excitingly is we've just started implementing this properly at the distillery. So instead of writing down on clipboards, which you'll see at every distillery in Scotland, cap times, mash times, temperature times, all that kind of stuff, that's all going to be done by a tablet now at the distillery, and that information will be then loaded straight up into the blockchain, you can't corrupt that information.
Right.
And then, so what we're trying to do, and the end game is that we're going to be able to tell you where the barley came from, right through to who ran the stills on Saturday morning, to who put the cork in that bottle.
So that's the part that really caught my attention, because I think the number one thing that people, so when we say we talk about NAS, and when certain distilleries decided to go non-age statement, and they didn't tell you what was in it, I think people would have been, most of the guys in the chat and people you talk to are okay with an NAS, but some transparency. And so part of this is, I mean, even if this is not an NAS, it's still great that you can use your phone. So somewhere I can scan on there, and I get my phone will give me the history of that bottle.
You'll be able to tell everything about that bottle. And we're trialing this with the Ardent American bottlings here, and we've also done it with some of our fusion whiskies. But the end goal is to have everything on there for all our releases.
I think that's a phenomenal idea, guys. You can look it up.
It's on our website as well.
I think that's where I found
blockchain on our new website, should I say, which was developed beautifully for us. It's all about the visual of the scenery and what we're doing at Ardent American, and you can find it there.
No, I think it's a great idea. And I mean, actually, talking about websites, one of your websites is one of the easiest and nicest websites I've seen.
Thank you.
I think it is. It shows the distillery.
We put a lot of work into it, and the company who helped us with it was Bluestone 98. So they're cracking people, and they're great to deal with. And
that's awesome.
You
mentioned fusion.
Yes.
So could you explain a little bit? This is my bottle I brought from home. It's called, let me get this right, the Kincardine.
The Kincardine, yeah.
Yep. And so it is a fusion of Scotch and Indian malt whiskey.
It is, yeah. So fusion whiskey was born with the Glover. So we released the Glover. I cannot remember how long, 5 years ago maybe.
Yeah.
We released a 22-year-old of Scotch whiskey blended with Hanyu. 22-year-old Hanyu, which we're incredibly lucky to get.
I actually have that bottle at home. I forgot to bring that one.
You got the 22?
I believe I do.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So that was to commemorate the anniversary of a guy called Thomas Blake Glover, and it had its trials and tribulations to get that over the line, involving having to take it down to England to blend it because of Scotch whisky law, etc., etc. But once we managed to get it all in place, it became quite a big success story, and not to mention that the whiskey was rather nice. And we sort of kicked off from there, really. And then we decided, well, where do we stop here?
Yeah.
So we decided to approach other distilleries in other countries. So the Kincardine, and the second release is now called the E&K.
Yep.
We blended, the first one, which you've got here, is a blend of Glenelgan, Amrut, 7-year-old Amrut, and Macallan. And often people say, well, why on earth would you blend Macallan whiskey with Amrut?
Yep.
And Alex's answer will always stick with me. He said, to make the best possible fusion blended whiskey.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do here.
Yeah. And
be able to highlight Amrut whiskey within that. So after Amrut, we blend with Starward in Melbourne. Great guys.
Yeah,
so we blended with that. And most recently, November last year, we launched the second edition of the Winter Queen, which is coming, I believe, to Canada.
Yeah.
And that is a 19-year-old, and it's a blend of Millstone whiskey, so from Zidam Distillery.
So they're phenomenal.
So Patrick Zidam very kindly, I was going to say donated, he didn't donate, he sold us a 19-year-old, some of their oldest stock, and we blended that with a 19-year-old Bowmore, a 25-year-old Mortlach, and a 33-year-old Chinanich.
Really?
So that's, if you get a chance to try that.
I'm already.
It's
make notes, okay. Every time I look over the camera, I'm talking to the store owner.
It's
to make sure that they get this.
It's a pretty decent drop. I'm not going to lie. 54.5% refill sherry casks. It's a lovely.
It's going to be great.
Lovely jar, yeah.
And that, I mean, you guys have heard me talk about Millstone because the one bottle I have from them, you'd swear that it was all made with oranges. It is a phenomenal. And Patrick that he's mentioning, he is a nerd when it comes to stuff. He had to pull himself back several times in a tasting to not get into the technical stuff too much. So anybody that's a technical nerd can really get into it. George asked me if I could demonstrate the QR code on these bottles. I don't think these ones have it yet, right?
Let me see.
I don't see a QR on here, so, or am I missing it?
No, the 16 doesn't.
No.
This is the 17 does.
Does? Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be difficult to demonstrate it, but
no, we can. Yeah, well, but I can. Just my phone will pick up QR, and there it is. And I did. It just picked it up. did, but I didn't do this.
Scan it again.
It did. No, it did it. And it's just, as soon as it saw it, it's now searching the internet for consumer.arcnet. It's just slowly coming up, George. So that was it'll work.
What it'll do is it'll take you to the page, and you'll have to you'll enter your details, and then that'll be your registered bottle, basically. So
there's the QR code. You can see it there, guys. Okay. And I wanted to make sure to help. Jason said he had to make sure to be awake for this stream. Because
yeah, Jason, it must be half past midnight or something.
He's a young guy. He stays up all night long, all the time, writing notes about whiskey. That guy knows his stuff, man. I haven't seen Adelphi here. Well, George, you start asking all the stores in Michigan for Adelphi. Okay, so that Fusion is awesome. I'm very impressed with the one that you just explained that you're going to get, and it's going to be under which name? Not the Queen.
The Winter Queen.
The Winter
Queen 2 is the newest Fusion release.
Okay.
And you know, where we are actively looking now for which Fusion we're going with.
Well, this one has a nice story to it, right?
Well,
it follows a story of somebody,
yeah.
right?
I mean, I suppose I could probably drop a hint that there might be another. I don't know if I can say this. I'll just another Japanese Fusion.
Okay.
On the cards, let's say.
That's great.
And it's quite exciting, actually.
Well, it was very good when we were there with Alex. I jokingly asked him if he knew everything that was in every cask, and he just said, no, the computer does, though.
Yeah.
And I mean, he just went and found the stuff. But the knowledge that he was able to share about each cask and the things that it was in there and so forth.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys seem to be, and even yourself, I've just met you, you seem to really get totally immersed in this area, right?
It's a passion of mine. And before I joined the company, I was a huge Adelphi fan.
Right.
And so it's kind of like the dream job, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, you know, I
enjoy
every minute of it.
It's not necessarily because you were just looking for a job and a really good salesman. You have a passion for the spirit of stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, it's my poison. You know,
that's right.
It's my father's poison. It's my mother's poison. So it's
So one of the things that we noticed there is you guys are 100% biomass for. So he opened up a big hole on the ground with a lid on it. You got a lid there, and
so that's
local farmers,
locally harvested wood chips feeds the boiler, and the whole distillery is run on that, which has over the years caused a lot of headaches because we were trying to work out this Swiss boiler.
Yeah.
But eventually we managed to find a maintenance team that helped us and kept us on the straight. And I think we're pretty much, touch wood, there with it. I mean, I think it was my second month. We had a minor explosion in there. It wasn't as serious as it sounds.
No.
But you know, these things are advanced and they are different. And but it's important to us to, if we're going to build a distillery, we need to be as environmentally friendly, considering where we are. That we as much as possible, and that was a very key focus of everyone. The chairman, Alex, and the team. We all wanted to do that, and it's worked out. It's worked out for the best.
I think it has. It was very impressive, and part of it is it's actually added to the economy there because the guys that bring you the wood chips, they had to hire more people.
Yeah, so it's given back as well.
It's given back.
Sounding, you know, cheesy, it really is.
No, it is.
And in regards to the distillery, I mean, in May last year, we just doubled production. So we've gone to, we're pretty much going to achieve 400,000 liters of alcohol come May. Which is, well, it's big. It's big for us.
Big for you guys. Yeah.
We do 6 days, 2 shifts a day. Mm-hmm. You know, give the boys a day off on the Sunday, but no, they work incredibly hard, and we've got a fantastic local team at the distillery, wonderful guys, and Sophie, who heads up the brand manager role at the distillery. They're just all fantastic. We couldn't ask for a better team.
No, you got good. I met Alex, and we also met DJ while he was trying to make things go while he was operating stuff up there.
Yeah, I mean, DJ's from Mechanical, so he's just a local lad. Yeah, so he's learned his trade, and
he was doing a good job with us, walking around, taking pictures, sticking our heads into things, and while he was working on them. No, you guys have a very pleasant crew. I have one last question we'll ask about why would a bottler independent bottler that started out want to open up or start making their own spirit? Started the actual distillery.
Good question. So Adelphi was founded in 1993 as an independent bottler from the great-grandson, Archibald Walker, who owned the original Adelphi Distillery in Glasgow. So he had the rights to the name. He didn't have the cash flow to go out and build a distillery, so he founded Adelphi Independent Bottling. And in 2004, Alex came on board, and the company was bought by Keith Faulkner and Donald Houston. And basically, in 2000, so we went from strength to strength when Alex managed to get out and bang the drum, if you like, for Adelphi and sort of say what we're trying to do, bottle the finest single cask whiskey as we can. And in 2007, 2008, finding these casks was becoming more and more difficult, let's just say. Although, we're still the Adelphi lists are still managing to impress people.
Sure,
thankfully.
I am still.
And but we saw the light. If we wanted to grow, we needed to build our own distillery. So we wanted to produce a West Coast style, and Ardnamurchan was the logical choice. And that's literally in 2013 we built it. 2014 we started distilling, and we've now got this July 5-year-old single malt and cask.
That's awesome.
So it's exciting times. It's going to be a busy couple of years, but I'm looking forward to spreading the word of what we're trying to do. And the AD bottlings, the spirit bottlings are helping, because it shows people hopefully the caliber of the spirit.
Absolutely does,
and,
yes.
The casks that we're using, and it's and in Canada we've got some fantastic people behind us. We work very closely with Cellar Door Imports. Sue, Marlene, and Carol here in Edmonton, and they've been just wonderful brand ambassadors.
They have been. I've met them a few times at distilleries and at festivals. And
they really do. They really do get out there and shout the words Ardnamurchan and Adelphi, and we're very lucky that we've got the right people supporting us, and we support them. So no, it's all positive. Actually, it's all really positive, and I'm just delighted to be part of this company.
Well,
journey.
I am very glad that you came and shared the new bottles that are coming here.
Yeah.
And talked to myself and to the people in the chats. And anybody here has not tried Adelphi, or you're anywhere that they don't have it, ask for it. Start asking for it, and there's a higher chance that you will probably get it. So we need to let you run off to do a tasting tonight.
Yes.
And then I hear real quick, you're heading to New York to Cask to Dream. This is Jason Whiskey Wise giving away your secrets, I guess.
How does he know all these things?
I don't know, man. That guy is listen, he surprises me, that guy. I learned more stuff from this guy in London than I have from people here.
I am. It's a bit of a whirlwind trip, but after I head down to Calgary tomorrow, and then I am, where am I going? Going to Chicago, and then to New York next week.
You're a busy man.
Got a tasting with the drummers in NYC.
Yeah, that's what he's at Cask to Dram or something.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Called Mike. Yes.
And to be honest, if the chap that runs the group there has actually pulled a bottle from his personal collection, which his dad has in Germany.
Nice.
And Alex is actually flying it over. Oh. And it's a 41-year-old Bunnahabhain.
From Adelphi?
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
wow.
I mean, that's the first for me. So
I thought I was impressing you by having a 2017 and a 2016.
I'm excited. I am excited, I must say. But but it's been a whirlwind trip. I hope to get back as soon as I can.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yep. Adelphi's distribution at this point is one question, and then you know what? I'll do some research, guys, and we'll add it into the comments after. We do have to let this young fella get on the road here. And Welsh, I'm sure they're going to take your advice. Welsh is in Spain. He says that you should wait a couple of years before you release their whiskey.
Yes. So
yes.
we have, that's what we're doing.
They're not rushing it. Trust me. The stuff that I saw in there was percolating nice in those casks. It was great.
Yeah, so well over 5,000 casks now.
Yeah,
so
that is awesome.
They're all sleeping.
That's great. Well, thank you very much for allowing us to use your space, Unwind. And, sir, appreciate the whiskey.
Thank you.
Phenomenal.
Thank you, everyone.
Everybody, cheers.
Cheers.